Okay, so this is the third part of question 1. So I'll start with use. First of all, you can see that I was inspired by I Give It a Year's use of Kuleshov's montage theory. I've used this convention in my own trailer to portray comedic moments in the film and constrain them into a small amount of time. I think this works quite well in a teaser trailer such as mine, and it works really well in I Give It a Year's. As you can see in both of the examples on my screen, they use graphics for all their trailers. This is a trailer for I Give It a Year, a romantic comedy film. I was inspired by I Give It a Year's use of graphics, and I love their style. You can see how I've incorporated their style in my own graphics. The narrative of my trailer was heavily inspired by Just Friends, which can be seen on screen now. The plot of Just Friends follows a guy who moved away from his quaint home when he was younger, who then later visits his hometown with his city girlfriend. In the end, he falls back in love with his high school sweetheart. This is similar to the plot of my trailer, in which the protagonist, Chris, visits his family home with his current girlfriend and ends up leaving her for his high school crush. The last use example is just like the I Give It a Year trailer. My trailer includes a supportive friend who offers guidance and acts as a comedic character. The friend in my trailer gives support to Chris, while simultaneously, as you can see here, mocks him. Now let's move on to develop. The first develop is the montage. I developed the montage, which I was originally inspired to include from watching the I Give It a Year trailer. I developed this effect by pairing the montage with a sound bridge in the form of a phone call between Chris and the male protagonist. Secondly, I've developed the variety of camera angles in my trailer. I noticed that many of the shots that I used in Just Friends are mid shots and long shots. For this reason, I decided to include more over the shoulder shots and close-ups. I think this adds interest and keeps the reader intrigued and interested, which is something a teaser trailer should do. Another way in which I develop the conventions of film trailers is by using mostly high-key lighting. I noticed in Just Friends that the lighting was at times quite inconsistent, while the lighting in I Give It a Year is primarily high-key. I thought I'd take it a step further and show my trailer was also primarily in high-key. This creates a more romantic tone. Finally, for develop, I have developed the conventions of a rom-com film trailer by shooting mostly eye-level shots, with the occasional lower high angle shot to show power. This is to engage the audience and connect with them emotionally to evoke a response.
She's sophisticated. She's everything I want. Yeah.
So now on to challenge. One way in which I've challenged the stereotypes and conventions of the romantic comedy trailer is through the narrative of my trailer.
Who is she, Chris?
By changing the chronology of the shots and by using a montage, using both female characters, the audience is left guessing as to who the male protagonist will choose in the end. This adds a level of interest in the audience's eyes. Another way in which I've challenged conventions is by paying a lot of thought and attention to typography I've used in the trailer. This includes the graphics and the film title itself. The fonts match, they are all a variation of Muso Sans. The font is clean and complements the pinky red colour of the typeface. The type is also rememberable. I've used an alarm bell sound to wake up and grab the attention of my audience in a not so subtle way. This is not conventional for romantic comedy trailers. Usually the score is calm and relaxed, whereas the inclusion of a bell ringing in my trailer lets the audience know my film is different. Finally, another way I've challenged the conventions is by using silence in my trailer to strategically make more comedic scenes even more memorable, as you can see here.